Session 1. The city is in ruins. During this class, we will be following the story of Nehemiah. The book of Nehemiah is a story of how God turned a city that had been a broken down place of ruins into a place of peace, safety, security, restoration, order, and fruitfulness. In the first chapter of Nehemiah, Nehemiah asked how things were going in Jerusalem. He was told they were not going well. The people were in great trouble and disgrace, and he was told that the walls of Jerusalem had been torn down and that the gates of the city had been destroyed by fire. Let's pick up with Nehemiah 1:4. When I heard this, I sat down and wept. In fact, for days, I mourned, fasted, and prayed to the God of heaven. The condition of the city of Jerusalem was not good. The city had been in ruins for 140 years. And Nehemiah was known as a great leader in the Bible. One thing that made him such a great leader was how he handled this crisis. He sat down, he wept, he mourned, he fasted, and he prayed to the God of heaven. Let's look at what he didn't do. He didn't take matters into his own hands. He didn't try to fix the problem himself. Instead, he displayed total dependency on God. Did you know that dependency is the height of Christian maturity? And even more, our cry gets God's attention. God is drawn to the broken-hearted cries. And God works some of his greatest miracles in the hearts of those who are desperate. God helped Nehemiah restore the entire city of Jerusalem in just 52 days. If your life was like a city, what would it look like? Would your walls be broken down? Would you have gates that were burned? Have you been stolen from? Life can be brutal because we live in a fallen world where sin abounds. But of all the people that I meet, life has been pretty rough on them. And perhaps you're one of those people too. So in this first session, we are going to take a look at two things. Number one, the condition of your city. If we're honest, and we're really all not okay. And can I tell you something? It's okay to not be okay. Can you repeat that after me? It's okay to not be okay. Doesn't that feel good? The second thing that we're going to look at is the posture of our heart. Being a counselor, I meet a lot of people who are not okay. And some people are able to receive the healing that they need, while others really struggle receiving. We have to be postured to receive. The people who have difficulty receiving just need to make some minor adjustments to their posture. Take a look at the chart on page 3. Take a look at the postures on the right side of the page. Circle any postures that might be keeping you from receiving your healing. Nehemiah's posture was that he knew that he couldn't, but he also knew that God could. He didn't place confidence in his own self, but he did place great confidence in God. That is the definition of humility. Nehemiah postured before God. His posture was right. He sat down, he wept, he mourned, he fasted, and he prayed to the God of heaven. And as a result, God helped Nehemiah restore the city in just 52 days. God has his sights set on you today. He sees you. He sees your broken walls. I love Isaiah 49:16. It says, "Look, I have inscribed you on the palms of my hands. Your walls are ever before me." Several years ago, I found myself in a very broken and helpless state. I poured out my heart to God in a journal entry, basically telling God, I'm giving up. I entitled that journal entry SOS. I begged God to come and rescue me. A few days later, I received a text from a friend who didn't know anything about my circumstances or my journal entry. She texted me a song called Rescue. I want to read to you the lyrics. You are not hidden. There has never been a moment where you were forgotten. You are not hopeless. Though you have been broken and your innocence stolen, I hear you whisper underneath your breath. I hear your SOS, your SOS. I will send out an army to find you. In the middle of the darkest night, it's true. I will rescue you. It was mind-boggling to me. I'd never heard that song before. But the fact that that song said the very words that I wrote in my journal let me know that God knew where I was at. The first key to living the abundant life that I want to share with you is on page 3. To live knowing that I can't, but He can. We need to give up on trying to fix ourselves. We need to wave the white flag of surrender and to place our confidence in God alone, who transforms us. And when He changes us, we can never be the same again. I want to play this song for you. And while you listen, will you cry out to God to come and rescue you? To come and heal your broken down city? This is the cry of your heart, and this is the first step towards your healing. Can I pray with you? Father God, will you meet us here and help us? God, we are desperate. We need you. You are near the brokenhearted, and you are perfect love, and you are all powerful, and you are all that we need. So we cry out together today for help. Thank you for hearing our SOS, and thank you for coming to rescue us.